1300 hours, Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Hassan Gilani. First, the headlines. Coronavirus has started receding in the country as the ratio of recoveries has increased to over 62% of total cases. Planning Minister says following precautionary measures regarding coronavirus is vital for health protection. In occupied Kashmir, Indian troops in their fresh act of state terrorism martyred two youth in Kupwara district today. In Nepal, 23 people have been killed in flash floods in various parts of the country. And now the news in detail. The coronavirus has started receding in the country as the ratio of recoveries has increased to over 62% of total cases. Out of 246,315 cases reported throughout the country so far, 153,134 patients have fully 153,134 patients have fully recovered from the disease. 2,752 new cases and 65 deaths were reported during the last 24 hours. The contagion death toll now stands at 5,123. Total 23,569 tests were conducted during the last 24 hours in the country. The number of coronavirus cases across the world has surpassed over 12.6 million, while the pandemic has so far claimed more than 562,921 lives. In the United States, cases have reached over 3.2 million and more than 136,671 deaths occurred from the virus. In Brazil, over 1.8 million cases and more than 70,524 deaths reported so far. About 7.3 million patients have so far recovered from the disease across the world. Minister for Planning, Development and Special Initiatives Asad Umar says following precautionary measures regarding coronavirus is vital for health protection and continuing employment. In a tweet today, he said there were 2,969 corona patients on oxygen and 546 on ventilators across the country last month. Asad Umar said yesterday this number was reduced to 1,762 on oxygen and 394 on ventilators, which is a 28% reduction. He said the success of smart lockdown and administrative action of SOP and most importantly, better public behavior is evident. World Health Organization is launching an initiative to help 1.3 billion tobacco users worldwide to quit smoking during ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. WHO Director General Tedros Adhanom told a routine briefing that Access Initiative for Quitting Tobacco will help people freely access the resources they need to quit tobacco. Tedros said smoking kills 8 million people a year, and evidence reveals that smokers are more vulnerable than non-smokers to developing a severe case of COVID-19. He said WHO will first launch the initiative in Jordan and then roll it out globally over the coming months. Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi says world has responsibility to ensure that the history of killings of Muslims in Bosnia is not repeated in Indian-occupied Jammu and Kashmir and Palestine. In a tweet today, he said July 2020 marks the 25 years since the Srebrenica massacre, the murder of over 8,000 Bosnian Muslims and ethnic cleansing of 20,000 people. In occupied Kashmir, Indian troops in their fresh act of state terrorism martyred two youth in Kupwara district. The troops martyred the youth during a military operation in Handwara area of the district. The United Nations has criticized India for its continued restriction on internet and holding of peaceful protests in occupied Kashmir. UN Special Rapporteur on Freedom of Opinion and Expression David Kay made remarks while presenting his report at Human Rights Council in Geneva. He said India annexed Jammu and Kashmir on August 5 last year in violation of UN resolutions and placed it under a military lockdown, imprisoning all political leaders. In Nepal, 23 people have been killed and thousands other displaced in flash floods and landslides in various parts of the country. According to official sources, the death toll is expected to rise. World Population Day is being observed in the country as well to raise awareness of global population issues. And this is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.